Good evening, dear listeners. Gather close, my friends. Come closer. Because tonight's story is about the clever spider, Kweku Ananse, the man who thinks faster than hunger, but not always wiser than trouble. Long time ago, in a quiet village deep in the forest, hunger came like an uninvited guest. The rain had failed, crops had died, and even the strongest men had begun to whisper prayers before sleeping on empty stomachs. But not Kweku Ananse. Oh no. Kweku Ananse never stayed hungry for long. One evening, as the sky turned the color of roasted granite, Kweku Ananse sat outside, his heart rubbing his belly. He said, a clever man does not wait for food, he finds it. So he took his walking stick and set off into the forest. He walked and walked deeper than most dared go, until he came upon an old woman sitting beside a fire. A pot rested on the flames, but there was no smoke, no smell, nothing cooking. Yet the woman smiled. Welcome, Kweku Ananse, she said, as if she had already been expecting Kweku Ananse. Kweku Ananse's eye narrowed. Old woman, how do you know my name? She chuckled. I know many things, but tell me, why are you here? Ananse did not waste time. He said, I am very hungry, old woman. The woman nodded slowly. Then she tapped the pot and said, this is no ordinary pot. This is a pot of endless soup. Says the word, pot, give me soup, and it will fill with the most delicious soup you've ever tasted. Ananse's ears stood up like a goat hearing footsteps. Hey, endless soup? But the woman added, raising a finger, you must never be greedy. Share what you receive, or the pot will teach you a lesson. Ananse smiled a kind of smile that hides trouble. Of course. Ananse, I love sharing. The woman handed him the pot. Ananse rushed home, his heart dancing like the drums at the festival. The moment he entered his hut, he shut the door, locked the windows and whispered, pot, give me soup. Once, poof, the pot filled to the brim with steaming rich soup. The aroma alone could wake up the dead. Hey, Ananse shouted, this is power. He grabbed the bowl and began to eat. The bowl became two bowls became three bowls became 5, until his belly stretched like the drum ready to burst. From outside, his wife, Aso, knocked. Ananse, what are you eating? I can smell it. Ananse wiped his mouth quickly. Nothing, it's just leaves. Leaves? This leaf smells like meat, the wife asked. Then Ananse said, oh, it is a special leaf. And so, the day after, Ananse ate in secret, day after day after day after day. Ananse was always full, while the village grew thinner. Ananse grew rounder. But you see, secrets have legs. One afternoon, Aso hid behind the hut and watched through the crack. She saw everything. Pot, give me soup. Poof, then the soup appeared. Aso's eyes widened. So this is what my husband has been hiding. That night, when Ananse fell asleep, snoring like a broken drum, Aso took the pot and ran to the village square. Come, everyone, come, she called. Food has come. The villagers gathered, weak and tired, but they all gathered. Aso placed the pot down and said these words. Pot, give me soup. Then poof, the pot filled again. Thick, rich, endless. The villagers gasped, they cheered, they ate, they laughed, and for the first time in months, their bellies were full. Morning came, Ananse woke up smiling, ready for another feast. Pot! He froze. The pot was gone. Hey, my pot! He ran outside and followed the sound of the laughter to the village square. There he was. He saw it. He saw the pot. And then he saw the people eating happily. Ananse's face twisted. That is my pot, he shouted. The villagers turned. Your pot? One elder asked. Then why did you hide it while we starved? Ananse opened his mouth, then closed it. For once, even Ananse had no clever words. Just then the old woman appeared again, as quiet as the wind. Ananse, she said, did I not warn you? Ananse bowed his head. Yes, you did. The old woman stepped forward and tapped the pot. From today, this pot belongs to everyone. Then she looked at Ananse. And you will learn that wisdom is not in taking, but in sharing. With that, she vanished. Anansi sighed and scratched his head. Well, he muttered, a full village is better than a hungry one. Even if it means I must now queue for food, the villagers laughed. And then from that day on, no one in the village went hungry again. So, dear listeners, what did we learn? Even the cleverest amongst us can become foolish when greed enters the heart. And as for Kweku Ananse, well, he is still clever, but now just a little wiser. Good night.